Hello and welcome to Biz Buzz with Bruno, presented by Mad's Theater. And we're here today on No King's Day with the Queen. The Queen herself, Kendra Thompson from Madison Theater Guild, is joining us again. Thank you for coming to see us again, Kendra.
It is my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So obviously this is your second time being the substitute stand-in, because the first time we were discussing, Steve Knoll sent you unaware.
Exactly. Exactly.
And now this time Emma, who was your director of your show, has sent you in her stead.
Exactly.
So welcome, welcome, welcome again.
Such a pleasure to be here.
So,
thank you.
So for people that maybe don't know who you are, give us a little bit of your background again, for just to kind of as a refresher for our audiences.
Okay, well, I am in my day job as Director of Operations for Central Midwest Ballet Academy. We're a classical ballet academy training dancers 8 to 18 in classical ballet. And my volunteer job is I am president of Madison Theater Guild and in the process of doing a firehouse restoration. For those of you that have ever gone to Monroe Street and see that old firehouse right there, it is a costume shop, a set design space, and a props and a furniture place for a lot of local community theater companies. And we're in the process of restoring it. The new roof goes on this spring. Yay. I know, it's so exciting.
Like right now, this spring now?
This coming spring, yeah. Yes, Legacy Exteriors is going to be doing it. And, we've made our down payment and they're just waiting for the weather to turn, because doing a flat roof has some complications to it. So you need the weather to be at a certain temperature.
Now, will the building close down when they do it? We used to be under operation, because I know your season will probably end after this show, right?
Yeah, the season ends after this show, but they shouldn't need more than a couple of days to do it.
Knock wood.
And yes, exactly. if all goes well, they should need maybe 4 to 5 days at most, and we would actually still be able to access our set design space. So it isn't going to totally shut us down. But a lot of the season does shut down in the summer for local community theater, and so there isn't a lot of need for it, other than we have Madison Shakespeare Company rehearsing in our backyard in the summertime.
Right.
And they will be doing that, and they don't do that until later in the summer. So we're good.
That's great.
Yeah.
What that's so great, because I know for the longest time that was such a want for Theater Guild. And that building is such a gift from the city.
It is a historical gem, and it is so critical to local community theater, because it really is a great space to do everything from build sets to find furniture pieces and costuming. Oh my gosh, we have this costume curator, Julia Siegel, who is so talented. She actually is doing the costuming for the Butter and Eggman, our show that's going on right now. And she's very well versed in historical costumes. And she is going through and purging everything. We are going to have a huge costume sale coming up this spring.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is like size 0 and -4.
Yeah. We're going to have a huge costume sale this spring. And it's anything you want, $5 an item. It's going to be epic.
Is there a date set for that, or is it?
There is not a date set yet, because Julia's attitude is, you have got to let me get through Butter and Eggman.
Sure.
And maintain my sanity. But it's going to be sometime, end of April, around May-ish sort of thing. Yeah. And we'll advertise it. You'll be able to check our website, madisontheaterguild.org, and kind of see what's going on.
That's great news. That's so wonderful. So that brings us to the Butter and Eggman, which is currently running at the Bartell Theater.
Yes.
And you opened last weekend.
We did.
To thunderous applause, I hear, and wonderful.
Everyone who sees this play, even my husband who hates theater, loves it. And it's just, we took Kaufman's very witty script. We dwindled, I say we, but it was actually our artistic director, Sam Weeks, who did a brilliant job of abridging it. It's like 90 minutes now. It's so fast paced. It's like bam, bam, bam. It's one laugh after another. The ending circles around to the beginning. The beginning circles around to the end. There are all these great zany characters, each one a little different from the other. This fabulous story, which was the inspiration for Mel Brooks's The Producers. And everyone who sees it is like, The physical comedy is outstanding. The costuming is outstanding. We had a university professor who attended, and her comment was, you took something that I thought was going to be old-timey and made it very fresh. And for that, I bow down to our brilliant young director, Emma Sorensen, who looked at this script. And at the time that she asked to see the script, she's like, well, can I read the script for your next play? And I gave it to her. She was my assistant director at the time for An Ideal Husband. And she read it, and she came back, and I had been talking with a couple of different potential directors. And she goes, can I have a chick fight? And I'm like, a chick fight? She's like, yeah, and Butter and Eggman. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I haven't said you could direct it. And then she's like, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do that. And like, her comedic voice is so unique and so clever and so much more mature and defined than you would expect of someone as young as she is. And I mean, what could you do but be like, it's yours. And she really has done a gorgeous job with it. And so, yes, it is true. Something that could have been very old-timey just has a very fresh look to it. And it's just funny. It's fun.
So he wrote this in like 1925, right?
Yeah.
And does the current production occur in the 20s?
Oh, yeah. We keep it in the 20s. And we kind of talked about that.
Uh-huh.
Like, I actually was going to make it, I was going to advance it a few years. And Emma was like, no, I want the flappers. I want the jazz. I want the 1920s makeup. Again, the costumer for this, Julia Siegel, she's a historical costumer. And she did like a fabulous job with the 1920s makeup.
Great.
It is just fabulous. So it isn't only the costuming that's great. Like, she captured the makeup, the whole vibe of it is just so beautiful. But you don't feel like you're watching something
dated.
That is dated.
Yeah.
You really don't. That's what everyone who exits says, the same thing, that it was just a blast. It was so fun. They've never heard of it before. It's a rare solo.
It is a rarely done. That's very true.
Rarely done. And it's the only play George S. Kaufman wrote himself. You know, it's one of those rare solo productions of his. And yeah, we're just having a blast doing it and loving the audience response.
That's great. Now, does it take place in New York?
It takes place in New York. You bet it does.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, because it's interesting because George, you don't really think of first of George F. Kaufman doing a solo play, and this was the only one that he ever did because he won the Pulitzer Prize for Of Thee I Sing.
Yep.
And he won Best Director for Guys and Dolls.
Yep.
And then a thousand other things for musicals. I mean, you think of his name being associated with musicals, but this is the one.
And he did You Can't Take It With You with Moss Hart and The Man Who Came to Dinner. And I mean, he and Moss Hart, when he was doing just the plays versus musicals, I mean, that was his favorite collaborator. And so, yeah, you don't think of him doing something on his own. I think a huge compliment is there is a gentleman from California who's stumbled across our social media, and he's now asking if he can have our script because he runs a theater company like Madison Theater Guild in California, and he wants to do the script.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So, but it's obviously he's not with us so long. But are there restrictions in it when you apply for the rights for it, or are the rights in public domain,
it's
or
public
can you?
domain. We
It
could
is
do
public
anything
domain.
we wanted with this one.
Wow! I wonder who let that copyright run out.
Yeah, thank goodness they did, because working with the abridged script, I mean, I think that is why we're getting such positive feedback. It was never ever say that in community theater locally in Madison that like theater companies don't help each other, because
No, it's true.
this script was brought to me by Jason Compton, who's Madison Shakespeare Company and also runs Falconbridge Players, which is a reader's theater. And his group did Butter and Eggman. And he came to me with the script and he's like, Kendra, I really think that I was creating our next season. And he goes, really think that you would like this. I think that this would fit with what you're trying to do. And the first time I read it, I immediately was entranced with the characters. I mean, it's a great cast. And I loved the characters, but I'm like, it's so long.
So was it originally a 2-act?
Yeah, it was originally 3
3
acts.
acts. That's right.
3 acts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
2 20-minute intermissions.
Wow.
And yeah, you know, with a run that was almost a 2-hour runtime, and like a huge set change issue.
Oh.
Because it opens in an office, and then there are all these scenes in a hotel room, and then you have to go back to the office.
Oh, geez.
And so it was very laborious.
Sure.
And so my first time reading it, I was like, I don't know. I love the characters, but it's too long for what I want. And there's just a lot of jokes that are more 1920s that I just felt wouldn't land with a younger audience.
Sure.
And so I was reading other scripts, and, you know, I would go to bed at night and I would just like be thinking of Peter Jones, or I would be thinking of, there's a character in it, Mary Martin, who is like a Broadway darling and a diva actress. And they would follow me into my dreams. And finally I was like, I just need an abridged script. And, you know,
where Sam came in then?
Yeah, that's where Sam came in, and he's like, I'm your man. And one of the things I loved about Emma when she was like, well, can I read the script? Is she's like, oh, and I love complicated set changes. There's so much we can do with this. And I'm just like,
oops.
like, okay, then I love you for director. And yeah, and it was actually Sam Weeks, our artistic director, who's like, have an idea for how we can make the set pieces just almost turn on a dime. And our set changes take almost no time at all. It's fabulous.
That's great. And are you up in the jury on the big stage?
We're up on the big stage, yeah.
Yeah, and that's critical because there's nothing worse than having a set change that goes on and on and on.
My gosh,
it is so lose your audience in a blink that way.
You can. And it's just part of what makes it like so fast paced. And what I love best is people will be like, I can't believe it's over so soon. I'm like, glad to make you feel that way. That's our job. We want you to leave going, if only it was a little more. That ended quickly. Wow, I was so busy enjoying myself. So,
that's great. That's a tribute to how the script is working and how your actors are working. That you leave people wanting more.
It's like, oh my gosh, our actors.
Who are some of your actors in the show?
So, first of all, the 2 con men in the show are Joe Lehman and Mac McClure. These are the guys that con sweet Peter Jones, who's the butter and egg man of the show. I know the title of the play is weird. It's called The Butter and Egg Man. But in the 1920s, the butter and egg man was someone from the country that comes with money to the big city to spend the money. And Peter Jones is from the country, from Chillicothe, Ohio. And he comes to Broadway to make his fortune so he can go back home and buy a hotel. And he comes with $20,000 so he can turn a profit.
Wow. That was a lot of cash back then.
That was a lot of cash back then. And he just felt like Broadway was the best investment. Because putting on a play is the best investment for your money. And so Peter is conned by Joe and Mac into investing in their horrible play. It is the terrible play. And so for the con men, we have John
Yayevsky.
Thank you. And we have Jackson Rosenberry. And the 2 of them together are just magnetic. I mean, it is watching them play off of each other. Both of them separately as actors are so amazing. And they're such amazing scene partners when you see them teamed up with others. But when you see them together, it is next level. And in the middle of them, the young man playing Peter Jones is a talented young actor named Nicky Scher, who we will pay a boatload of money to go see him.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I mean, he is just exceptionally talented. And the 3 of them on stage together are so exciting. And then we just have this gorgeous ensemble cast surrounding them. Of course, there's a love interest, and the young woman who plays that love interest, never seen her before on stage, but she showed up at auditions, and it's like God was saying, here is your perfect Jane West. I mean, there's just nobody that could do this part like Kylie can do it. She's so pretty and delicate and sweet, and yet and so vulnerable, which is what you need that part to be, because it's a 1920s ingenue. But this girl has business savvy, and she just does such a beautiful job. And so you have like these amazing, community theater actors who've been doing it for quite a while. And opposite, just like this young, fabulous talent. Not that I'm saying you aren't young John or Jackson, you are. But
as opposed to seasoned veterans, is what we like to call them.
I like how you put that. You did that way better than I did that.
Being one of those seasoned veterans, I know exactly what the difference is.
Yes. Oh, and then we just have this gorgeous, gorgeous ensemble cast. Sarah Kendall has done a few things in local theater, and she actually plays 2 different roles. She has 2 cameos, and they're both so distinct, and she does them brilliantly. We have Don Dexter. He gets to go on stage as the Crud Money director, and he just, he does that role so well. Like one of the warmest, calmest guys you could meet, and nobody can yell on stage like him. Nobody can. Rebecca Rathner?
Yes. Yep.
I'm so bad at pronouncing names. Oh my gosh. She's just so regal. And she plays across from John as his wife, as Fannie Lehman. And that woman comes on stage, and she just looks like she's the queen of the universe every time she comes on stage. And when she gives that look of, I am the wife, and I do not approve of what you're doing. It is amazing. Seeing her and Jonathan play across each other. Yeah. So I'm just really proud of the cast. You could not have asked for a better cast. And the direction is just so brilliant. The set, all of it.
Who did you set?
So Sam Weeks, our artistic director, he had the vision for the set and implemented it, but it was, oh my gosh, it was Chad Abel and Dylan Sheehan.
Oh, of course. They
made it happen with some help from some fabulous volunteers. And I'm just so impressed with Dylan's. He painted a New York City skyline that is just gorgeous.
I swear by Dylan, he's done well by me and every company that he's worked with. Seriously, I love that man.
Seriously. Yeah. He is such a good human being, and he's so calm. He's like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. In the back of my mind, I'm like, how?
So you have a show this evening.
Yep.
And you have a matinee tomorrow.
So we have a 7:30 p.m. show tonight. We have a 2 p.m. matinee tomorrow. And then we have a show next Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday matinee next week.
And then that's it for your season, right? And
then we're done with our season. Yeah.
And then when do you announce your next year's season? When does that come up?
Oh my gosh. Okay. The Bartell is announcing it in May.
In May. Okay.
Yeah, in May. May 17th or 19th, something like that.
Okay, mid-May.
Mid-May.
We'll say mid-May.
Yeah. But they're doing a big shindig. Good. I'll send you an email reminder to let you know when, because we'd love, of course, to have you there. And I can't wait to announce our next season.
Well, so you know it already, right?
Oh, of course we do. Sam has been working on it. It was just board approved, and it's going to be another lovely season.
Is there a theme with it at all that you can give us a hint to, or no? Or you don't want to give anything away?
Love. Grief and comedy. Love, death, and comedy.
Love, death, and comedy. Boy, now there's the trifecta for you.
Love, death, and comedy.
Okay.
I really can't wait to talk about our next season. It's so hard for me not to.
Well, it's only going to be, a month and a half away from announcing it?
I'm trying so hard. I'm a really bad person to be like, I have something to tell you. Please keep this secret.
So what, obviously Sam is the artistic director. What's the process when you Do you already have your crews for each show, like your director and your people who are doing it before you announce the season, or do people submit for that after?
Some of it.
Yeah.
So we have directors for 2 of our shows, and we're kind of putting out feelers for help on those right now, but we really don't want to say anything until the shows are announced. We did our final show of the season, which will happen in May of 2027, is going to be a really big production. What I'm trying to do is get a variety of different directors in and working with Madison Theater Guild. So ideally it would be each of our 3 productions are going to have a different director. And we really need for this final production of ours to have a more seasoned director. So we did put out a casting call for one. And, the casting call was rumors has it that Madison Theater Guild needs
okay, I got it. I love it.
So other than that, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Good. Okay. Well, that's enough of a clue.
So, and we've had some really exciting submissions. So I'm
very
thrilled.
Cool. So, in 1968, that was the first show I was ever in, in my freshman year in high school at Madison Theater Guild. I was in the chorus of the Unsinkable Molly Brown.
No way.
And I was a freshman. And I decided that since the high school at that time, in their wisdom, would not allow freshmen to be in the senior musical, I was like, well, smell you. I'm going to go audition for the Madison Theater Guild and be on the stage at West High School.
Yeah.
And I got in. And the fun part was, Unsinkable Molly Brown, it's about Lead Belly, all that time. Yeah. So they wanted all the chorus men to have beards. And I thought, having done a lot of children's theater before that, I couldn't stand the spirit gum and the fake beards. It was like I would get sick and nauseous on that. Yeah. So I told the director, I said, if I can grow my own beard, would that be okay? He goes, well, sure, if you can grow your own beard.
Were you able to?
I did. I did. So I got called into the principal's office because I wasn't shaving. And that was against the rules for 1969, 1968.
Oh, naughty boy!
At the Edgewood High School of the Sacred Heart. But I had the best guidance counselor, Sister Alphonsine, that came to me and she said, "If you want to do theater and you want to do this, you shouldn't be stopped." Aww. So I was the only freshman. I was the only guy. And all the seniors were like out to get me because number one, some of them couldn't grow a beard by the time they were seniors. But that was my start with Madison Theater Guild. That was the first show that I ever did, was Unsinkable Molly Brown.
I really love the fact that as I am starting to meet more people entrenched in the theater community here, how many people have fabulous stories of my first experience with community theater was Madison Theater Guild. And I mean, I just think we are the longest running community theater company. And, it's really special that people have those stories. I love hearing those stories. What I think excites me most about the Butter and Egg Man, please people buy tickets, see the show, support this brilliant young director, is that it's a great place for mentoring, for young, talented people to cut their teeth on interesting material, to find their voices, to showcase their talent. And, it leads to not just theater enthusiasts, but it leads to our next generations of storytellers. And we need those storytellers. And we need them to be really talented and good, because it's getting harder and harder to convince people to get out of their sweatpants and, turn off the Netflix streaming and get their butts in a theater seat and, experience a shared story around your community, surrounded by other human beings that are in the same geographical location as you. and just interface with them.
Absolutely great. I'm so happy that tradition has gone on with theater, because I owe a lot of my career to the fact that Richard Harrison, who was the artistic director then, took me under his wing and not only gave me opportunities as an actor, but then he hired me as his assistant director. Then I became a choreographer. Then I got to direct shows. It was so wonderful, and I was still in high school. So it was like, and that was Theater Guild. That was, because back then it was the Madison School Community Recreation Department. So they paid. I mean, it was the stipends were paid. I know.
If only.
Which not only was wonderful, but you actually could make, it wasn't a great deal of money, but back in the 60s and 70s, it was like, I'm getting paid to do theater. And it was the school board, Madison School Board, that had wherewithal to think, we're going to subsidize this, and we're going to make sure that these people learn skills and crafts. So he did. He taught me lighting. He taught me set design. He taught me everything that there was to know. And that was, I didn't have to pay for that college education. It was like, I got it all through Madison Theater Guild. Yeah. I'm so glad that they're continuing that tradition, because it's important.
Yeah, it really is. And that is part of our mission. Part of our mission is, to provide mentorship, to provide opportunities. And it is amazing to me. We just have some young, brilliant talent that it's exciting to see them participating in what we're doing, and I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing going forward. I hope they'll come back, but for some of them, like Emma and Nikki, who knows where they're going to end up.
And that's the idea. It's like, it is like, you nurture them, and then you let them go off, and they have, look at all the wonderful high school students now that are on Broadway. From some of our local high schools.
Exactly.
It's like, that's so great that they got that nourishment and they got that chance and opportunity. And now they're on national tours, and they're starring in Broadway shows. It's so
crazy.
Encouraging.
It's fabulous. Although I have to say, I don't think you could say I nourished Emma, because she was already there. I was just like, okay, here, yes, you can do this thing, and I will support you in it in any way I can. But
that's nourishing. It's something that has that has the spark there. And what good is the spark unless you give them the opportunity to show what they can do with it? And that's that's the trick of mentorship, and the trick of having community theater that gives the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I love it. So tickets are available now.
Please come out. Please buy tickets. We need to laugh more, people.
Truly.
We need laughter is a great emotional salve for everything crazy that's happening in the world. So just get a ticket, come out. It's a 90-minute runtime. All 90 minutes, you are going to be smiling. You are going to thoroughly enjoy yourself. You're going to be like, I can't believe I never heard of this play.
And you will love it.
And you will love it. And you will love the cast. And you will feel like you were watching an outstandingly talented cast, and it wasn't just community theater. I mean, I've had so many people be like, I can't believe this is community theater. And yeah, we want people to feel that way. Although, by the way, community theater is pretty outstanding, but
I've always said it's amazing how much theater and arts and music and dance there is in Madison. It's encouraging. It's wonderful. It also is competitive.
Yep.
It's like, you have a lot of choices now. When in the olden days, it was like you had, okay, what's going on? Well, Theater Guild's got a musical. Okay.
Yeah.
APT hadn't even been there yet.
Exactly.
It was like, there was no other options back then. So it's wonderful to see how much the theater scene and the arts in general. And thanks to people like, Jerry Fauci and Pleasant Rowland, who give endless amounts of money. Unendless, boy, there's a new word.
Yeah, congratulations, you apologize.
I've coined a new word.
Shakespeare would approve. He did that often. You're up there with Will now.
That's true. Me and Will. I love it. And one other little thing, which is going to lead to a little selfless plug.
Oh, please.
The summer that I graduated from Edgewood, in the actual fire station, Bill Powers decided he was going to do Boys in the Band. In the firehouse, as a first summer production ever done by Theater Guild. So he asked me to be Emery in Boys in the Band.
Oh, wow.
And this past month, we were in Palm Springs seeing Lucy Arnaz Lucy Arnaz Luckenbill. And her husband, Larry, was in the original cast
No way.
of The Boys in the Band and in the movie of The Boys in the Band.
Oh my
And
God.
we got to meet him backstage, and I told him that story, and he sent me a signed copy of his autobiography, which was so meaningful to me in so many ways. So thank you, Larry. Thank you, Lucy, for an incredible time meeting you and knowing that you were part of my history in doing shows in Madison, Wisconsin. So that's another Madison Theater Guild story for me.
I'm getting chills. I love that.
So great. So thank you so much for being the ingenue substitute today, the directorial.
I am no Emma Butt.
Please go and see the show. I'm sure you will laugh your tuchuses off.
Totally will.
And go support theater, and especially go support Madison Theater Guild. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Michael.
Exactly. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, my husband. Thank you, Jen Chocolate Bottle Rockets, for our lovely theme song. And we'll see you next time on Showbiz Buzz with